Welcome everyone. Now we are at the part 2 of the Vedic testimony Shabda Praman. It's going to be a short video. The first one I could not record it as it was becoming more elaborate. Here we see a quote by Einstein on mathematics in the Vedas. We owe a lot to the Indians who taught us how to count, without which no worthwhile scientific discovery could have been made possible. So this is by Einstein. Then we come to the language Sanskrit. Literally, the word Sanskrit means refined or perfected. In fact, this is the language of the cultured people of India, Sanskrit, and from comes Sanskrit, Sanskriti. And those who do not follow Sanskrit are called as asanskrit, uncivilized. So Sanskrit is a classical language of India. It is much older than the Hebrew and the Latin. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, these are the literatures in the Sanskrit language. It is the oldest, most scientific, systematic language in the world. Okay, how do you make this claim? Like any language, a statement in the language, how it can be interpreted. Like, he is my father is the statement in English. If I change the sequence of the wordings, is he my father? Now it is completely different connotation. It's a question. I am doubting a person's authenticity, whether he is my father or not. But Sanskrit, that is not the case. All the word changes in the Sanskrit. Any sequence you can change, the meaning of the statement remains the same. And that's why Sanskrit is considered as most scientific and the systematic language in the world. Okay. And many of the English words are derived from Sanskrit. And here is a huge list of the words. Like mother word comes from matra, father word comes from the pitra, brother comes from bratra, sister comes from swastra, geometry comes from gyamiti, trigonometry comes from trigonomiti, door comes from dwar, so on and so forth. There is thousands of words which are derived from Sanskrit to English. Now here is the Vedic contribution in the field of education. We know that University of Takshashila, University of Nalanda hosted thousands of students all over the world and teaching more than 60 plus subjects. And all this is now recorded in the Indus Valley Civilization under the Harappan culture chapter. Advanced mathematics, this is one of the great contribution of India to the world, especially the Vedas to the world. Indian discovered arithmetic and the geometric progression. Arithmetic progression is explained in Yajurveda. Govinda Swamin, he discovered Newton-Gaussian interpolation formula 1800 years ago before the Newton. And so when you have a claim like this, these are authenticated claims. These are not some Andha Bhakta or Rashtra Bhakta or person who is like Gaga India is claiming those things. No. Even you can visit this. I would suggest you look at this website. You just write down there Vedanta Desikan. So Vedanta Desikan was a very great saint. He is a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And Vedanta Desikan, you just write the Wikipedia page. And Vedanta, in the field of chess, there is a problem which is called as, the optimization problem, where the knight, 1-2 half, when the ghoda, in the horse, in the chess board, the knight, it goes 1-2 half, 1-2 half, 1-2 half, and there are 64 squares in the chess board. So the question was, what is the right movement of the knight in such a way that it will visit all the 64 places of the chess board in 64 moves? That means without visiting any place twice, it should complete the rotation. And this was a big optimization problem because you have to minimize the moves and maximize the attainment, that is visiting all the 64 places. And answer to this happened to be in one of the shloka of Vedanta Desikan, which he has written. He has written many of his literary works. You can visit this page later at peace. But one of the work of Vedanta Desikan is, this is like Paduka Sahastram. Paduka means the Lord's Khadava, the lotus, the sandals of the Lord, the chappals of the Lord, that is called as Paduka. And somebody questioned him about why you are worshipping the Paduka. Overnight, he wrote a stotra called as Paduka Sahastram. In one of that stotra, that sequence of the verse is so arranged that it goes in that 64 places, the horse going the 64 moves within those 64 places it is going. Mind you, this is just one of the odd work of Vedanta Desikan. Remaining 999 verses are yet to be discovered. from this, the optimization perspective. So this is when we describe about, the Vedas proposing something far before Newton, far before Copernicus, so on and so forth. It is not some fantasy, but these are the authenticated facts, right? Then here is a huge list of Brahmagupta writing in his book about the positive negative numbers. Nilakanta writing is about Newton's infinite geometric progression series, so on and so forth. Aryabhatta, we have seen, he proposed the heliocentric model 1000 years prior to Copernicus, which was proposed very recently. Now, value of pi, we will come to this in a very beautiful slide later, but value of pi was first calculated by Baudhayana, and now it is in, practically this value was validated in 1999, and how the value of pi was calculated and how it was stored is something mind-blowing, which we are coming to in just a couple of slides. Algebra, trigonometry, calculus came from India. Quadratic equations were first propounded by Sridharacharya in the 11th century. Greeks and Romans, they calculated up to number 106, but the Vedic mathematics went as big as number 10 raised to 53, and there is a numbering system, the Vedic numbering system. Mind you, the modern numbering system goes to, for the practical use, 10 raised to 12, that is the terabytes and those things. The largest number used is around tera, 10 raised to 12. We are talking about the civilization at least 5000 years ago. They were counting numbers as big as 10 raised to 53. Okay. Zero was contributed by Vedic studies. So without zero, there is no question of binary system. 0, 1, without binary system, there is no question of computer. So phenomenal contribution by contributing zero. Okay. Then geometry. Okay. Now, not only geometry was invented, but it was so beautifully utilized. I urge you to go to Twitter and just type here Twitter and type the channel. They are the handle Lost Temples, Twitter Lost Temples, and then you just look at this particular channel. You can come handle Lost Temples, and it will give you the fascinating structures of Indian temples, which are simply mind-blowing. Now look at this. On the day of the equinox, Padmanabha Swami temple is so erected that every gopuram, the movement of the sun will be captured by the window of every gopuram at every floor. This needs phenomenal engineering, phenomenal precision, phenomenal geometry, phenomenal civil work, phenomenal understanding of the cosmos. Mind you, this is simply mind-blowing. And this is just one example. And you will, this particular handle will give you infinite such examples. Okay, infinite such examples. You can just scroll through this beautiful handle. Now look at this temple. Okay, this is Nalayappar temple dedicated to Mahadev, Lord Shiva, located at Tirunelveli, where Shiva is believed to have performed the cosmic dance Tandava Nritya. And this is called as Tambra Sabha, Copper Hall, based on the dance pose of this is based on the Tandava Nritya dance pose of Nataraj. So this is a very fascinating, and here we will you will see the geometry, mathematics in the perfect application of geometry and mathematics in terms of beautiful temples. Okay, so do visit this place, do visit this channel, Lost Temples from Twitter. It's extremely beautiful, very scientific, and it will reveal you something which you have never heard of till now. Okay, coming back to our presentation. So this is about geometry, invention of geometry to practical use. Then value of pi. Now the value of pi is stored to 31 decimal places, and generally it is contributed to later some Arab mathematician, but value of pi is much older, and it is stored in a beautiful way, and it is mind-blowing way. Again, we'll go to Google. Just go to Google and search here Katapadi. Okay, Katapadi system wiki. Okay, so I'm writing here Katapadi system wiki and just enter it. You will come across Katapadi system. So what this Katapadi system is the numerical notation of Indian alpha syllabic system. Like K means 1, here you will see the K 1, K 2, G 3, G 4, 5, Ch. So again, Ch, Ch, J, J, N, T, T, D, D, N, P, T, Th, D, D, N, P, F, B, B, M, Yara, Lava, Sh. So now all these, you will see it here, all this will have numbers now, okay. So here you will see that, here there is K, then there is K, then there is G, G is 3, G 4, G 5, again Ch, Ch is 6, Ch 7, J 8, J 9, 9, 0. Okay. So again then you will have the T, Th, D, D, N, and these numbers, all these numbers are there in the alpha numeric system, that is 1, 0 to 9. Okay, this is called as Katapadi. And now this Katapadi, it is so mind blowing. I request you, please, you go through this. This is Madhav's sign table. It's a trigonometric signs table, 14th century Kerala mathematician, and he lists the values of the sign notations, and using this Katapadi. Now this is mind blowing, my friends. This is mind blowing. Okay, Shreshthonam Varishtanam. This is written in the shloka, and then it is translated using Katapadi. Katapadi means, look at this, like this shloka. Gopi bhagyam adhruva chrangi shodangi sangida khalajivita khatava galharar sandhara. This has a beautiful Sanskrit meaning. At the same time, if you decode this, showing that G means this, B means this, it will give you value of pi to 31 decimal places. This is mind blowing. Okay, and all this is open to you. The great Indian cultural system. Okay, this is Karnataka music. If you go, the Karnataka music is greatly. So all these things, Sanskrit Vyakaran, Sanskrit, Katapadi, the syllable system of the Sanskrit, the dance of the Sanskrit, that is Bharatnatyam and Kathak, and then the astrology, astronomy, they all are intertwined and interconnected, even Ayurveda. And now here you see, this verse directly yields a decimal equivalence of pi to 31 decimal places, 3.14, blah 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 blah. It just goes, written in a beautiful Sanskrit shloka, written in a this verse encrypts the value of pi up to 31 decimal places. We are referring a very, very secular mode of information, Wikipedia. Okay, we are referring this in Wikipedia. So this is the value of pi, which was very later it was discovered, and later it was assigned to. It's a very, it's like a golden number. And mind you, all these shlokas are yet to be discovered using Katapadi. Okay, use Katapadi and then find out some great numbers which will come across along your way, revealing the secrets of the universe. Then we see later Pythagorean theorem. So Pythagoras theorem, if you read the original book of Pythagoras very frankly writes it there that I have learned this system of mathematics from the Indian merchants who are visiting my place. And this theorem was actually known as Baudhayan theorem. The Pythagoras theorem, that the area produced by the diagonal of the rectangle is equal to the sum of the area produced by its two sides. But it is actually the Baudhayan theorem, and now it is attributed to Pythagoras. Similarly, atomic physics. So sage Kanad, Kanad, he talked about the theory of atoms, stated that every object in the creation is made up of the atoms and in turn connect with each other in the form of molecules. And this he talked almost like 3000 years ago, before the John Dalton, to whom this modern atomic theory is being accredited to. So here is a very beautiful quote by a very eminent historian, Colebrook. He writes that compared to the scientists of Europe, Kanad and other Indian scientists were the global masters in this field of atomic physics. Okay, so these are some of the, that is a very, very brief list of the Vedic understanding what the Vedas have for you in store. And for more such videos, stay connected, subscribe to this channel, like this video, place your comment, write down what is the most fascinating thing about the Vedas that you liked, and thank you very much.